How's it going, everyone? Welcome into the 5'4" and Fisherman YouTube channel. On today's how-to, I'm going to be showing you guys how to tie up a fixed float on your fishing rod for winter steelhead fishing. Now this is super simple and every single one of you guys watching this video will be able to do it. So the reason you tie on a fixed float is because it gives you exact depth, it's super stealthy, and it's just a good way to fish. Now multiple things that fixed floats can be used for usually are like jigs or pink worms. Now, the setup I'm going to be showing you guys is going to be for a 1/4 ounce jig head. Now, in this package, they have additional weights, so you can run a like 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce, and that's about it. I mean, you really don't want to fish anything bigger for steelhead. So it's super simple. Let's get into it. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to take a fishing rod, whatever fishing rod of your choice. I personally like Okuma fishing products. And you guys are going to take, your main braided line here, and you're going to tie a double uni knot to some fluorocarbon. Now my fluorocarbon of choice is this Seagar 15-pound. It's what I like. It's what I use. It's good stuff. And what you guys are going to do is once you have it tied on there, you're going to take about 10 feet or so. So like it's like 5 something, 10 something, right? Go ahead, clip that up, and then clip it off of your spool. Bam. And now that we have our like 10 feet of fluorocarbon here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our fixed float. Now this is an addicted fixed float. There's many other brands. They're all about the same. They all set up about the same, but this is just what I have for the video. So let's open this up here and make sure, just FYI you guys, when you're out here, please respect the river. If you guys open any of this up, like I'm doing, make sure you throw all of your garbage away so that we don't get fishing spots closed down and kill any sea turtles when our stuff goes down to the ocean. Open it up here, and since I'm going to be running a 1/4 ounce in the pack, there's these extra little weights. Okay, and now to put that weight on, you guys can see this float already comes with one on it, but I want 2. I like less resistance on my setup. So what you guys are going to do is go ahead and just pull this old one off, and there's just a little rubber stopper on there. So go ahead and pull that little rubber stopper off, leave the original weight on, go ahead and slip your second weight on there and reapply the rubber stopper, push it down to the weights. So that way we have 2 weights on there. Now in our tube here, we have these little pieces of like surgical tubing, okay? And in this package that I have, there's 4. So what you guys are going to do now is take one of your pieces of surgical tubing and your fluorocarbon, and you're going to take that surgical tubing and you're going to put it through your fluorocarbon, just like so. Now slide up your line a ways, however deep you want to fish. Go ahead and take your float, wet the end of it, and slip that piece of surgical tubing over with your line. Right there, you see that little black dot? That is a line through, so make sure your line is on that side, okay? Take your piece of fluorocarbon here that's attached to your rod. Go ahead, and stick it through that line through hole. Go ahead and pull it through so your line is completely through, like so. Now what you're going to do is take your second piece of surgical tubing, and you're going to go ahead and put it on your line, sliding it up to your fixed float, like so. Go ahead, take this end of your fixed float, wet it, and stick that piece of surgical tubing over your float, like so. We have now put our fixed float onto our fluorocarbon. So now what you can do is take the end of your line here, and you can take whatever you want, a 1/4 ounce jig or, a worm head with a worm on it. And you can go ahead and tie it onto your line. And like I said, make sure when you guys take these out of the package, if they're brand new, just throw your garbage in your bag. You can take it out of your bag when you get home. It's just better for the river's health. Fisherman's knot, 1, 2, 3, 4, through the loop, through the new loop you created. Wet your knot, cinch your knot, clip your tag end off, and bam, just like that, you now have a fixed float setup ready to fish. And if you guys want to adjust your depth, it's really nice. Just grab your line and slide the float up, or if you want to fish shallower, grab the line, slide the float down. It is very simple. It is very effective. It's really good for that low clear water because this is super stealthy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this how-to. like I said, make sure, you know, when you open your packages, throw all your trash away. You will have extra pieces of tubing. So go ahead and take those extra pieces of tubing, put them in your tackle box so you don't lose them. But yeah, if you want to put a worm head on here, basically, instead of this little nightmare jig, you would put a worm head and put one of your worms on. But yeah, super simple stuff, and it's super effective. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, leave a thumbs up, possibly think about subscribing if you haven't. We do lots of how-tos here. Make sure you guys go check out any other how-tos we have on the channel. I would really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next how-to or fishing adventure.